Good morning, guys. We are back again. It's Wednesday. We got a small little project today, and by small I mean micro. We got the little 008 Kubota, so we got to dig a little trench in a tight little area. Otherwise would be done by hand and take forever. So let's use our little diesel powered excavator and see how much faster we can do it. Alrighty guys, you fell over a little bit, but nothing too crazy. This thing's hilarious to drive. Obviously, I'm a big guy. I'm 6'2", 280, and this machine is tiny. It's incredible, but it's exactly what we need. So what we're doing today is we're at a customer who's got chicken coop. He used to have a lot of chickens. Now he doesn't, but he's gonna get back into it. So we got the door here. And basically what we're gonna do is we're digging a trench that's gonna line up right at the front of the door, out straight across and right into this area, somewhere in this general vicinity, basically kind of halfway down this fence over to there. And what we're doing that for is we're gonna put a 12-inch culvert pipe that you can see over there in the ground, and then our customer is going to basically do like a 2-foot wide little run inside his garden area here, covered with chicken wire, and he's gonna basically let his chickens into his garden. So they've got an area in here obviously, but then they're gonna be able to come out, basically go through a little tunnel underground and come out over here, and then that way they can basically have an area to run around, or he can open up a gate and let them into the garden so that they can eat weeds and whatever. So that's the plan for today. Should be able to get it done pretty easy. Pretty straightforward. It's definitely not gonna be easy with a machine like this, but it will be easier than doing it by hand. So the only thing is that plant is probably in my way. This one is potentially in my way. That tree, I don't know where it is going, but obviously has been pulled out already by the homeowner. These lilies have been pulled out by the homeowner, so those are just gonna be able to get moved. But basically, I just got to, so they're running around in the woods. Ooh, there's a bunch of chipmunks playing. It sounds like one animal, but it's a bunch of chipmunks running around. I don't know what I was saying. Should be pretty straightforward. Just got to move these couple plants. I mean, this tree might be a little bit of a pain, but I obviously don't have to pull it out. So I'll just have to pull the plants out a little. Probably just pull these 2 fences out so I can basically just trench starting from there and just trench right in and just walk the excavator back. And then I have to cut this, which I'll be able to just cut right down the middle, pull off to the side and be fine. And then there is drip irrigation in here, but I'll probably try and pull it out beforehand so that I have less to fix. So yeah, that's the plan, that's the goal. Let's get to it. All right, guys, this is first time digging with this thing. I really don't know how this is gonna go. I am gonna have to move these plants because I can't get close enough. Yeah, I can't quite get close enough. So, let's see, first scoop. Oh, impeccable. This tree is a little in my way, but I probably didn't need to remove that lily, but it's fine. Let's see how well it gets this thing. so you guys know, we have a tilt rotator. Have not ran a regular excavator in a long time. Because we've had a tilt rotator for 3 or 4 years now. And it's different. It's also different running such a small machine. But hey, how can you get better in life if you don't push yourself? And I don't know if I'm pushing myself, I think I'm pushing the machine. Oh man, this is so funny. All right, I'm gonna move this irrigation line because I couldn't get it out before. All right, let's get digging. Well guys, obviously you can see digging's fairly easy. A couple irrigation lines and stuff in the way. I do have that one that's kind of more in the way, and obviously not much I can really do with it. But just went and grabbed a tape measure, made sure that I was going to be deep enough, make sure I was going to be wide enough, and then just grabbed a couple shovels, just so as I'm digging, if I need to kind of get anything out of the way, I can. But it's going pretty easy. Honestly, the biggest kind of annoyance is putting the dirt somewhere, just because there's so many plants. But that's a pretty easy problem to solve. So going well. Just keep going. It's getting hot. Obviously, this doesn't have AC, so. Well, guys, you shut off because it's too hot, and I agree. But anyways, got the trench almost where we need it. This digging is honestly pretty easy with this thing. Honestly, it's a little easier than I thought it was going to be to use, which is nice. I mean, it's a fun little machine. It's obviously really touchy, which isn't great. Mainly when you're moving, when you're trying to walk, that's, I think, when it's the worst, because you're legitimately either walking or not. I mean, there's no like creep or anything. Like, as soon as those hydraulics go forward or backwards, you're moving, and so it can kind of catch you off guard, unless you're literally going in like a straight line. Like, you really have to focus to move. But we're working through it, so it won't be too bad. Looks like his irrigation is on, starting to drip, so obviously I know that stuff works, which is nice. So let's keep going. Alrighty, guys, I think all the digging's done. We are basically right at 20 feet from that door to here. This is gonna have to basically get kind of ramped up that way and that way. That is gonna basically just go right inside. So I think it'll end up being right inside that door and kind of ramping up that way. And then it'll be just on the inside of this fence, and it'll ramp up both that way and this way. So Jaden is on his way with some other tools and stuff. He was mulching. So I think I can start hand digging, get some of this stuff ready to be fixed, these irrigation lines, and then when they get here, I can have them help me throw this pipe in, kind of figure out exactly which way it needs to go, what I might need to clean up from there, and then I think we'll be good. We can start backfilling. I had this massive rock that was literally right here. It started, or it ended like right here. So literally this area, and I had to get it out. Obviously you guys saw me fighting it a little, but camera just kept moving, and there isn't a great place to put it, so. Yeah, it's hot, nice breeze, but let's start digging by hand. Even though it's kind of what we were doing, but we had a little bit of help with this thing. Well guys, it is a few hours later and we're finally in the shade. It has been so hot today. So I didn't record a ton because it was pretty slow, but got the pipe in, starting to backfill. I was using a little excavator, but I think it's just gonna be easier to do a lot of this just by hand with a shovel. So that's what I'm gonna get going on. I popped a few holes for just some plants, a couple down there. But yeah, I think ultimately it's gonna be easier to do with a shovel and a rake. So that's what I'm gonna do. We're gonna return this today, and then honestly I'm thinking bring the tractor here tomorrow because there's gonna be a lot of dirt that's extra, and there's a fence gate on the other side that the tractor, I believe, fits through. Really shouldn't have any issue, but there's a lot of rock, obviously, and then there is obviously gonna be a lot of leftover dirt because it's a 14-inch outer diameter pipe, so it's gonna be easier than doing it by wheelbarrow. It's gonna be a lot faster, so I think we're gonna probably do that tomorrow. We'll have to load it by hand, but at least it's not loading it by hand and then running a wheelbarrow across the yard. But yeah, pipe's in. It's exactly where he needs it on this side, because basically what he's gonna do is, this is a door, but once this pipe's out of the way, it'll open and everything. But basically on this door, he's gonna mount actually one of these automatic chicken doors. He's just gonna put it right on the gate, and then that way he can close that off from them being able to go out into the garden area. I'm assuming like for night. So I'm assuming he'll leave this open most of the night, but I don't know. He might leave him in the coop. I'm not really a chicken person. I like the meat, but I don't care about, I don't know anything else about caring for them. So yeah, I think the other guys are going to start mulching here because we have yet to do that this year. This is a newer customer. So they're gonna get started mulching on the front because it's already 2:30. And then tomorrow, come back and finish mulching. We'll finish what we need to back here, which will basically just be running stuff. So I'll have it backfilled and a lot of it raked, and basically just rake as much as I can into a pile down here, so that I can make it a little easier. But yeah, let's start backfilling. Well, guys, we are done for today. It's been a hot one. We're gonna come back tomorrow to finish up anyways. If it wasn't as hot, we'd be closer to being done, but I don't think we would have finished anyways. But got the micro strap down, so I got a strap in the front pulling up, and I got 2 chains in the back pulling. I think this thing weighs like 2,200 pounds, so this is plenty. So yeah, we're gonna go drop this thing off because it got to be returned within the next 57 minutes, and then we'll be done for the day. So I'll see you guys in the morning. Well, good morning. We're back. So much cooler today. It's gonna be a beautiful day out. We're gonna get this place done and dusted. So got the tractor here. Fuller is running a bucket to go dump, but basically the plan for today is the other guys are here mulching, which is probably what you hear in the background. So to ensure that this area is ready for them to mulch, which they have plenty to do beforehand, but we're gonna get this whole area done before we move on to doing some irrigation work in here. So we're gonna get all this stuff scooped out. This is all extra. All these holes that I have plopped are again for these plants that are here. We have a couple that we're gonna have to dig in over there, one up there. So we're gonna get this whole section done, and then we'll move on to the garden. So Fuller's coming back now. We'll get this area busted out real fast. Should only take us like an hour to get all this stuff moved into the woods. So there's a dump spot on site, which is nice. Makes it a lot easier. So yeah. Well, let's go. I didn't fucking record any of that. We got Jaden over there adding some color to the beds. College Boy 2.0. And we got Louie in the back of the truck shoveling. Well guys, the chicken highway is done. Hopefully she likes it. There she is. So again, I got this that goes down. Obviously they can kind of clear this out as they please. And then it runs down out over here underneath. They'll come out right there. I think they're gonna love it. So we're just packing up now. We finished. We got the irrigation in there. We just gotta zip tie this head to the fence, but this head hits everything in here literally except that corner where the tunnel comes out. So yeah, it's pretty nice. This section here, we're gonna actually lay another section of sod basically from that tree. We're gonna kind of straighten so that you can get a full mower in here and everything, make it easier, not have to weed whack all of it. But yeah, everything's mulched, everything's clean. She's ready for her tunnel. So I hope she likes it.